Alright guys, so I traded 2 penny stocks today, a couple trades on each. I traded some square calls. I screwed up those, but I only lost 67 cents total, so that's fine. Pretty much no trade there. Let's start with MRIN. So what was I looking at on MRIN? Pre-market, we had this critical 440 level right here. And then pre-market, we were coming up to it, and we were kind of flagging right before it. So I said, okay, we might have a tiny dip at open. We actually had that tiny dip right before the open. And then on open, it stopped. It slowly gained traction, and then it just shot straight up. And I captured most of that. I sold out of the whole thing. And then I tried to rebuy and get some profits there. And then I started working a core in this area, and I added some nice profits doing that. That was a really good plan there. And then I stopped trading it right before the dump. I had a feeling it was going to dump right there, and then it did. I can't short it. Otherwise, I actually probably would have shorted it right here, to be honest. But yeah, so that was that. Let's go right into the video. We'll show you it live. I'll explain every single thing I saw. So right now, the market's about to open. And I'm looking at that 440 level saying, if we hold 430... That's the big if. If we hold 430, this is actually, no, sorry, this is before the open. This is the open. If we hold 430 after that dip was bought up, and we start moving through the 30s, as we move through the 30s, it'll gain faster and faster traction, like exponentially, and we'll shoot through the level of 440. I knew that was going to happen if we started gaining momentum. So my plan was to buy in as we were picking up speed, as the car was taking off, or the rocket ship. So I'm looking for something on here. Now, my time and sales is completely screwed up. I don't know what the hell's going on here, to be honest. But I'm just using the level 2. So I see someone pop up on the bid here, and that makes me a little confident that that could be my stop. Now, I know that's not a lot of shares, but I was waiting for any sign of momentum to come through. Excuse me. So after this, the momentum started, and just as it started, I bought in, like almost right before it, because I did not want to miss this jump. And instantly, we jumped up to the 50s, 60s, 70s. I started putting, or I just put my whole position up at, what is that, 460, I got fill at 466. So 2 seconds, I made, that's like $250 Canadian. So that was crazy. So let's go through that one more time. One more time. We'll watch it live first. The market's open right now. The bid's going to pop up. I buy in. We surge through 440, 450, 460. I put my shares up. I'm out. That's it. Gone. So my stop, I didn't really have a stop so much that if it went the other way at all, I would have just sold out. So I would say that my stop was about 5 cents. I didn't have a hard stop, but if I had seen it go, if I had bought in and then saw like 30, 29, 28, 27, I just would have sold out, because then that means that the 440 would have been rejected and all the caught longs have to sell and the shorts would have just piled in. The shorts are waiting to pile in, but not yet. And there's a window where you can make, I made like 30 cents on this trade. So again, live, here we go. Waiting for that bid. There, I'm in. Just waiting. Not getting too greedy, and I'm selling. I don't want to miss the fill, because once the momentum stops and the ask stops being bought, you know, it starts popping back down. People are selling on the bid, and I won't get filled on the ask. So I try not to be too greedy with it, but I give it usually like a second or two after the breakout and see where it stalls. It's kind of a... It's not an exact science, and there wasn't really a level to it, because clearly I missed out on the bigger move. Well, not really the bigger move, but because this whole thing was choppy. Like, this is the 1 minute chart. Like, how are you going to trade this? So very happy with that trade. So let's just keep going through the trades. A very quick trade again. As it was dropping, I was using this level now. Now that I actually have a level, I was using it as my stop. So I tried to get filled as close as I could there, and I tried to get filled on the bid. I'm typing in my hard stop here, and I don't get filled, and then that's my confirmation that, like, okay, this actually might work out. So I end up buying on the ask at 72. And it pops up. And I thought we were going to go right through $5 right away because of this volume buying, low volume selling. But then we sold off a little more and I got stopped out right there. So I was looking for another re-entry. And I did the exact same plan. I used the breakdown candle, the bottom of it, as my stop. I got filled on the next candle on the bid. If we just watch it right here, you'll see. As it's dropping into here, trying to get filled on the bid. I get filled at 449. I'm using a smaller share size now that I've already made my profits. And I'm willing to add if we get closer to high of day. So I already have hard stop in. My max loss is like $10 on this trade. So that is very good risk management right there. The trade starts to work out in my favor, which is nice. And I know that this breakdown candle, the first stuff, is going to be heavy resistance and people are going to try and short the shit out of it. So that's why I sold up in this area. You can see that there's a lot of resistance up here. People are selling. There's 3,000 shares, 7,500 shares, 2,000 shares. Because that is a critical level for the shorts as a breakdown candle to confirm their thesis and start shorting the crap out of this. So I took one more trade, I think. Oh no, this was the BIOC trade. This was a flag to me. I saw this flagging on BIOC. Let's bring it up actually quick. And we'll see if I can explain it here on the daily. Was there a daily level? No, I don't think there's a daily level. So anyways, this was flagging on big volume. We kind of were consolidating here on low volume. So I was trying to find the best spot to buy. I got in for 500 shares on the bid at a nice price. And I was going to add over 126, but I was too slow. And then when it started to break out, I just didn't add, and I was waiting for the 133-ish area to sell. Now, as we get up there, I notice we're kind of stalling again. So I start selling. I sold 200 shares of the 500. And then I sold another 100. And I keep just trying to sell into it because so far this is looking like a stuff candle. It did end up working out and going even further, but that was it. And that was pretty much all the trades. I think I took a quick scalp over this level. I saw us curling back up on MRIN. I thought there would be a tiny, very tiny pop. This is a little riskier of a trade. I was waiting for 467. That would have been a cool entry at 61. So I bought in at 67 for the pop, and I just sold at 72 with 400 shares. I added like $20 of profit. So pretty much one awesome trade today, and that was at the start of MRIN. So that was an all or nothing trade for 30 cents, and then I started working a core thinking that this could potentially fail instead of break out. So that was like my insurance. I was selling the shares up near resistance, trying to re-add them. I didn't re-add in this area. I added a little late, but then I sold them, and then I re-added. I sold some, re-added, sold some, and then I was done because I saw this flag forming, or this pennant, and I knew if it broke to the downside, we'd have that, and I did not want to be a part of that. So that was today. Hopefully that helps you guys. Let me know what you think down there. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000. My next stop is 600 subs. That'll be so cool. I remember when I was just watching videos when I was at 200 subs, and I honestly appreciate every single person that subs. That's why I try and respond. Well, I do respond to every single person that comments. So thank you, and we'll see you later.